Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is the first big video game release of 2024, and yo, it's good. Here's everything you need to know about the Ubisoft original Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Timestamps in the description below. I want to send a special thanks to Ubisoft for sending me an early review code where I got to play over 12 hours of the deluxe version of the game on the PS5. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is a side-scroller Metroidvania action-adventure platformer game, releasing in 2 versions. The standard edition releases on January 18th, and when pre-ordered, you get the bonus and sleek Warrior Within outfit. The deluxe edition also gives you the Warrior Within outfit when pre-ordered, but releases on January 15th instead, thanks to the 3-day early access. In addition, you will also receive a Immortals outfit, a Prosperity Bird amulet, which summons a bird that reveals hidden treasures, and a digital adventure guide. Both the standard and deluxe editions will be available on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Speaking of PC, here's a quick look at the specs for PC and console concerning Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown takes us back to the original side-scroller platformer gameplay of old, where this time you play as Sargon, an agile and athletic dual-wielding warrior. Sargon is the youngest in the legendary warrior group, the Immortals, gifted with extraordinary agility and dual sword combat talent. Lost Crown takes you back to a mythical Persian world filled with colorful characters and stunning backdrops. This game is gorgeous to look at, and even though it's a 2D side-scroller, the game being developed in 3D gave the different biomes and backdrops a certain depth that I was not expecting, particularly on Mount Kaf, where you and Sargon will unravel its hidden mysteries, exploring the boundaries of time and space in order to rescue the Prince of Persia. The Lost Crown, as an action adventure, allows you to jump, dash, slide, and even run through Mount Kaf, fighting the variety of enemies you encounter through the interconnected world. To prepare you for those enemies, Prince of Persia does a great job smoothly integrating combat basics. Playing on a PS5 controller, square was the attack, and holding or tapping repeatedly allowed me to execute general combos. Now, this may seem basic, but you will be surprised at the variety of moves that, paired with that single button, allowed you to get really creative and imaginative with your combat style. Once you progress, you unlock cool, important things for your journey, like the bow and chakram, both long-range weapons used for combat against air or ground enemies, and of course, puzzles. You also unlock abilities called Athra Surges, 10 unique powers with levels of energy that Sargon can use to slice, heal, pierce, and even more. Pair those with amulets, granting you perks and modifiers, increasing the effectiveness of your weapons or abilities, giving you another path to express your creativity through combat mechanics. And then lastly, no Prince of Persia game is complete without having time powers. Gained by collecting certain feathers, the 6 newly acquired time powers are key to fully exploring Mount Kaf, solving puzzles, and defeating enemies or bosses. I gotta say, Sargon's movement was super smooth. The controls and haptic feedback were great on my controller during combat. You felt Sargon's acrobatics and agility in the controls during combat, and the animation of the combat movements with Sargon were fluid and vibrant. Even the animation of the cutscenes when using Athra Surges were smooth, felt earned, and overall fun, especially under the buttery 60 FPS, an option that will be available for all platforms, by the way. Even though I died a lot of times, I honestly had the most fun with these challenging boss battles, showcasing a wide variety of attacks that was completely different than the next, with each boss having 2 stages of combat that changed between the first stage of attacks and the second, a feature not new to gaming, but a surprise added difficulty being a side-scroller game. Now, the game can be a challenging experience, as I mentioned earlier, but also a welcoming point of entry to the genre. To make sure every player can tailor their journey, specific features have been implemented to ease a player's gameplay experience. With 5 difficulty modes, 4 that are base levels of difficulty, where you can also customize the level of difficulty through slider settings, increasing the parry or the dodge window, adjusting the enemy damage, choosing the after gauge gain and depletion rate, and control even the damage received from the environment. You can change the difficulty choice at any time without impacting your progression. And then platform assist. Activate this option to entirely skip past the trickiest platforming sections if you wish so, by teleporting right to the end of that specific section. Since Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is a Metroidvania side-scroller platformer game, you'll find yourself going back and forth across the map since there is no one single path to unlock it all, encouraging you to be curious and explore this massive map. But don't worry, when starting a new game, you can choose between exploration and guided modes. Exploration mode leaves you to discover the world how you see fit with minimal map information. Guided mode is for the players who prefer easier navigation, with additional markers added to the in-game map. Objective locations and paths you can switch at any time based on your progressing play style. Prince of Persia offers a semi-open world where you are free to wander, search for hidden treasures, and at any time in the game you come across a section you can't access, you can take a screenshot of your current place and pin it on your map. It is especially useful to keep track of a blocked path or a chest out of reach to come back to once you have unlocked that specific ability needed. The maps, though long and vast for side-scrollers, were very enjoyable. The exploration took me on a winding path from haunted dungeons to the top of Mount Calf, all featuring platforming traps, giant pendulums that swung across your path, spikes that went across the corridor floors and walls, and platforms that would disappear beneath you if idle for too long. The further you went, the more difficult a path or puzzle would get, creating complex platforming challenges. With certain pathways that snake back around to the area's whack-whack trees as checkpoints for your progress, sometimes having you go the other direction to unlock more areas, forming and revealing a full loop. I ran into memorable NPCs during my exploration who gave me side quests that would unlock new or precious areas needed to complete, with valuable rewards to help me on my journey. The Haven is a central area that serves as a safe hub. It is a place where you can talk to memorable NPCs, helping you improve your equipment, unlock side quests, and even train to master combat. I came here often to upgrade my skills or weapons using time crystals, Damascus ore, and Xerxes gained from battle. So, be on the lookout for Furiba, the guide, giving you hints to progress on the main quest. When you encounter her in the world, she also sells pieces of the world map. The mage, the shopkeeper, buy her varied items and perks such as amulets, additional healing potions, soma tree petals, amulet slots, and Xerxes. She can also upgrade your potions. Kahiva, the blacksmith, will allow you to buy new amulets or exchange resources to upgrade your weapons and amulets. Artaban, the sword master, allows you to complete combat challenges to learn the deep combat system's nuances and earn some crystals along the way, also providing a free training mode if you see fit. Speaking of NPCs, across your adventure, you will encounter 9 side quest characters who will ask you for help in exchange for valuable rewards. This doesn't include the many hidden rewards found through hidden chests and hidden destroyable walls, just to name a few. I gotta say, when announced, I did not think the Prince of Persia game would be a 2D Metroidvania type game. But The Lost Crown has been an amazing change for the franchise. As a gamer who's not used to this genre of game, I found myself surprised by how deep, creative, and just overall fun this side-scroller game was, giving me a replayability that is needed, honestly, in today's games. And again, it is so gorgeous to look at, having a style of its own that honestly pops off the screen even though it's 2D, highlighted by the original character designs to the gorgeous backdrops of Persia. And between the art design, the combat, puzzles, and overall accessibility for not just my type of gamer, but everyone, experienced or new, Prince of Persia feels like a unique, stylistic, and fun game for everyone, and possibly this year's Hi-Fi Rush. That being said, what do you guys think? Will you be purchasing Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, releasing early on January 15th or worldwide on January 18th? Comment below, let me know. Yo, let's talk some Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Thank you guys so much for watching the video and hanging out with your boy. I've been James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in fun and hype gaming content. I want to thank Ubisoft again for sending me an early review code so I can make this video for you guys. Also, thanks to the Patronus Squad for the continued support of the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.